Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Taking a quick look here at Celestia, seeing what's going on. This coin is very interesting with its behavior. I love what I see here. We just broke through our most recent high, likely to retest that $15 range as a low, and we'll see if that's worth kind of buying that pivot, that little bouncing point there, or if it's effectively no longer a thing. So if you're new to the channel, just know I'm not a financial advisor. I truly do love teaching people to trade. I hope you can learn something today. If you want to become a better trader, again, cryptocash.tech is the site link down below. Quickly to note too, we got some awesome traders here. And oh, also this is a request from Soren. I forgot to mention that. Thank you, Soren, for the request. Deeply appreciate that. If you're part of my Discord community, feel free to jump on in here and throw in some requests. If you're part of our premium group, congrats to our premium members. Nice little SEI trade yesterday. 26% in 2 hours as basically a 5x leverage trade. That trade is still open. Same thing with RDNT, 40% in 2 days. OGN. Pretty solid amount of profit there, and a lot of closed after taking profit trades. In other words, most of our trades from December got kind of wiped out with that dip yesterday for Bitcoin, but we took 80% of our profit out and they all stopped at break even, so not a big deal, right? That's exactly why we have it structured the way that we do. So be sure to check that out in your own time. Again, Crowcoin, Chainlink, a lot of cool trades came through here recently, so congrats on that. Oh, and also too, Premium Plus, fantastic stuff here. Solana and Litecoin, as well as Matic today, leading the charge. Got some nice scalps there. Be sure to check that out in your own time, of course. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. Don't hesitate to touch base. Taking a look at Celestia here. What we want to talk about here is, well, the daily time frame. Let's go ahead and quickly note worst case scenario. Okay, I always like to kind of touch on that because you just need to know where prices typically pull back if they were to. If this is the highest point that Celestia goes in this wave, which is basically our third wave, we've gone 1, 2, 3 effectively. If we're on our fourth wave down, we'll see a pullback to this 0.382 level, about 1360, roughly 1265, and then 1170 as 3 potential targets. Again, those are dollar cost average targets. It's not, when I provide those to you, I don't say short to that level. Some people misinterpret the fact that if the price isn't going up, it's going to instantly go down. No, there's a lot of gray area, and 95% of trading is not taking a trade. Please understand that. Let that sink in a little bit. Most of trading is not trading. Isn't that interesting? All right, so again, if you want to be successful, take less trades. That's really the simple way to put it. Now here with the daily time frame, let's look at a few other things, because again, that's a worst case scenario. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to pull back to those levels. We just know that that's kind of an area of contention. 1480 something here, if we take a look, 1480 more so the liquidity level was upwards of 1535. That's right where the price action is at now. So we have this little liquidity level there, basically telling us that it has gotten swept. Oftentimes that'll use itself as a support level. Okay, so we'll look on smaller time frames to identify that, but that's typically a good sign. We can see the MACD trying to converge here, but hasn't yet on the daily, and the stochastic is swinging to the upside still. Money flow index is high or higher, and traditional RSI is up there. So these are all positive contributing factors. Staying above 50 on the RSI is extremely important. We're not overextended here on the daily either, so we're looking pretty solid in the overall sense. We're at a 6 on this continuation, so we could see another 12 to 24, 12 to 36 hours of continuation. So we're about halfway through this push. Not to say the price is just going to keep going up because of that. It just tells us that, hey, we're not massively overextended. The price could keep going. Also, further note, too, we can see stochastic RSI swinging to the downside here. We can see money flow index be below 70 and the traditional RSI just below 70. So what that tells us is that we have a shift in momentum. Of course, the price is pulling back. Big surprise, you can see that in the charts. And the MACD is still converging here. So those are mostly positive factors, but just kind of the shift in momentum letting us know the price is pulling back. It's actually a healthy thing because we don't want to be over 70 for too long. I like it when the price is below 50 and 70. That just tells us we have this nice little bullish continuation. So the truth here is that it's not like we have like a phenomenal indication here to take a position. It just tells us, hey, at this point, we're in a pretty good situation. The likelihood of the price going up is still greater than the price going down. If we take a look at the 1 hour, we can kind of see a few things here, but mostly you just want to look at a couple of areas here. So first of all, there is some liquidity down at the lower price point, so keep that in mind. Most coins have this going on for themselves right now because of that massive candle wick. So keep in mind, Bitcoin could still pull back to satisfy that remainder down there, okay? There is a CME gap as well from 39.3 to 40,500. So I'm still kind of thinking that Bitcoin might pull back a little bit, but if it doesn't, we have good potential. Bitcoin's actually looking like it really wants to break out to sweep that $45,000 mark. Okay, so again, it's just one of those things here. We're kind of on the fence. We don't have tons of confirmation, but there's a lot of reasons why we want to respect the fact the price could pull back too. Okay, so all that respect, what does that mean for us? Well, truth is, right now we can see the price action above the cloud. We got a decent amount of. Let's actually zoom out to see the volume here. The most amount of volume right now is at, drum roll please, roughly $12.15. So that's kind of right there between those support levels between 0.618 and 0.5 on Fibonacci. Okay, so the long story short here is that 1250 to basically 1150 is a close approximate will provide a nice decent support based on volume, and the likelihood of the price going below that is fairly low. Again, unless we see Bitcoin sell off to 39,000 instantly, another $1.6 billion sold in 15 minutes, then we're going to see something like that occur. If that doesn't happen, strong likelihood we'll see the price stay where it's at and go higher because we have a lot of good confirming factors here. So the overall sense here is not fantastic. So I look for reasons not to take a trade all the time, right? I've seen plenty of reasons not to take a trade because we don't have 100% confirmation. It's really probably never truly 100%, but it's typically a higher percentage that we're looking for to take a trade. Even though the smaller timeframes are looking pretty decent and the macro is looking good, that transitionary 4-hour time frame still has me a little worried that the price is going to pull back. So if so, just prepare as in dollar cost average on these specific targets. I will send a playout chart to kind of show you specifically the areas here, so you can kind of focus on that later. See, I think it was on the daily here. These are kind of larger time frames, and just kind of getting perspective on what that could do, okay, moving forward. So again, that's available on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. They look a little something like this, where a lot of times I'll put little X's there to mark the spot for a potential entry target. But generally speaking, I'll post that and kind of go from there. But the long story short, I guess is what I'm getting at here is that no trade is a good trade right now. You don't need to force a trade. If you're going to take a long, you'll have a slightly larger statistical probability than to short right now. But again, it's just not a 100% confirming or not the kind of confirmation I like to look for when I take a trade. Again, I've got hundreds of traders underneath me. I like to trade with responsibility. I do that even if I don't have anybody trading underneath me, but even more so, we use low leverage, low position sizing to ensure that we secure profits. And again, all these things here are based on that healthy, situation. And if we take a look here at premium, this just came through. We just took 14% on Bitcoin in 3 hours and 41 minutes. Awesome stuff there. So congrats again to our community members. Things are looking pretty good here in the overall sense. Be sure to check it out again, cryptocash.tech, if you have questions. Last thing too, this is extremely important. If you have a VPN requirement or a KYC requirement for your exchange, which a lot of them do now, Bitunix has got you covered. Phenomenal exchange. Really significant benefit rewards. Use my link to register. Highly recommend them. We're also having, trading competitions here soon. Let's see if I can go ahead and find it for us. Simply put, we have a really massive, large pool of prizes available January 8th. Again, you have to use my link to register to qualify for that, but it's really easy. You just get some nice rewards for registering. So again, check it all out. If you got questions, reach out. Don't hesitate. All my contact information is down below. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks again. Take care.